And a lot of you wonder, why is it that you're not really seeing and understanding the way you should understand and how to have this relationship when you don't understand the order? You have to understand the order, else how are you reaching the Most High? How is He coming back to you? When you can't see what it is that's happening as you're praying, as you're receiving the blessing. You just thanking the Most High. You're just like a robot. Thank you, Most High. Then next, you're going on about your life. You got to think, you got to meditate on this word. Joshua 1:8, this book of the Most High shall not depart out of thy mind, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou might be prosperous and have good success. See, all success is not good. You know, the tempter, the devil, like I say, they done lost faith because the devil that came in and fooled them. You see, didn't the devil fool Eve? Didn't the devil tell her, hey, look, you will not surely die. The Most High say you eat of the tree of good and evil, which all of us eating of the tree of good and evil from birth to death. So you will not surely die. What do we do now? We die. You see, the tree of life is planted for those that's going to make it to the kingdom, and we're going to eat of it forever and ever and ever and have immortality to the Most High will. There's going to be no tree of good and evil, because He's going to cast evil into the lake of fire. With all the other demons He's going to cast into the lake of fire and wicked people. Because you're going to need no wickedness. Because the Mashiach Abishai going to show us righteousness. Then He's going to allow those that really didn't get it, think they pulling something over, let the tempter get them, and cast all of them into the lake of fire forever and ever and ever. So don't think you just because you made it. You ain't made it till you in the Most High's kingdom. Understand this. When the Most High, as I told you earlier, going to be all in all. That's the ultimate salvation, brothers and sisters. Because it's all about Him. In the end, you're going to find out it's all about Him. So we turn our back on Him. So He turns His back on us. But He told us what He's going to do. And He did it. And He's doing it now. And those that have ears to hear better hear what He's saying. Because it's clear. 1 Timothy. First chapter. 1 Timothy, first chapter. It's clear. 1 Timothy, first chapter, 7th verse. It says, desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say, nor whereof they affirm. Let me read verse 6. From which some having swerved have turned aside unto vain janglings. You know, some of them, like you say, they wavering like that. The Most High dealing with them. They turned to vain, worthless speeches, talk, actions. They have no power with the Most High, in the Most High's eyes. So they desire to be teachers of the law. They desire to be the teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say nor whereof they affirm. Not knowing what they're saying or what they're trying to tell you, you got to deal with. Verse 8. But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully. See, the law is good if we use it lawfully. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, because a righteous man going to be doing what? Following the law. It's like, it's no different than, okay, that's like every time we have Sabbath class, I go over the dietary law. You already know what you can eat and what you can't eat. You should, by now. Go to Leviticus 11 chapter, so forth. I mean, you should know. But every time we have Sabbath class, you got to go over it. So you know, you're looking at what you're eating. You're paying attention to what you put into your temple, so that you don't defile your temple. So why do you have to be going? Why do I have to go over that over and over again? So that law is not made for those that already know, because you're already righteous in the dietary law, and you're gonna burn them up. They're gonna be consumed. All those that defile and eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, oysters, and all the things that eat doo-doo that you put into your system, defiling yourself by eating what eats doo-doo. That's what they do. Crabs and all the things that he made to clean the waters and the hog and unfit animals, rabbits and all kind of snakes and alligators and you name it. Coons, raccoons and possums and you name it, man. Squirrels, you name it. Israel eat everything. And try this. Let me try that. Let me try this. He's going to kill you. He tell you in Isaiah 66 chapter 15 verse down, you better read it. It's serious. So that's what it says. Verse 9, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, because you're going to be doing what's right. He gave us moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, and ceremonial laws. You're going to follow these laws. But for the lawless and disobedient. So the law is given to the lawless and the disobedient. The lawless is those that go to church and say, we ain't under the law, but we're under mercy and grace. And call themselves a Gentile, when the law was only given to the Israelites. Who they are, but they call themselves a Gentile. It tells you that Gentiles sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High in 1 Corinthians 10, 20, and 21. You're not either the table of the Most High or the table of devils. So you're going to take either the order. That's why the tempter that came in, the devil that came in, and took them away from the true doctrine of a Mashiach Yahushua, the true gospel of a Mashiach Yahushua, which he followed the laws of the Most High. Else, how was he innocent? How was he without sin? How did to say he didn't sin? What is sin? Sin is the transgression of the Most High's laws. And you Mashiach them, you Christ, you the anointed, you sitting right here doing all these abominations. That's not what he did. How you following his footsteps? He's an example of how we can be as he was, as the son of the Most High. We are the sons of the Most High. By doing what it is that he showed us and our brothers and sisters went through to be righteous in the eyes of the Most High. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the unrighteous, and for sinners. See? Those that break the law was made for them. For unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, killers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind. The law was made, that's why we got to bring the law to them that defile themselves with mankind. That's men with men, or women with women, for men stealers, men that steal people, for liars, stop you from lying, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine, according to the glorious gospel of the blessed power which was committed to my trust. You see? That's what the law is for. The wicked, in other words. But once you know these things, you follow these things, you become righteous. You don't ain't no compromise with the Most High. Show me what the Most High said. You can do this if you want to, but you don't have to do it. Don't have to worry about it. It's okay with me. It's okay with me to be wicked. That's why I said the law was for who? The unrighteous. To make them what? Change. Become a new creature. Be born again. In following the way of the Most High. His laws, such commandments, his rules and regulations. That's what his laws is about. Everybody know about rules and regulations. If you don't, you're going to know. Hebrews 10 and 32. Hebrews 10 and 32. Hebrews 10 and 32. But call to remembrance, let me read verse 31, as I quoted it earlier. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. But call to remembrance the former days, in which after you were illuminated, after you started to learn the truth, learn the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, learn to have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua going to the Most High on your behalf. After you were illuminated, you endured a great fight of afflictions. See, because he tell you, when you come to serve the Most High, prepare. That's in Ecclesiastes 2nd chapter. It's a good chapter in the Apocrypha to read when you're down, when you're feeling something, when you're going through something. Ecclesiastes 2nd chapter in the Apocrypha. So when you come to serve the Most High, prepare your spirit for temptation. Just like a Mashiach Yahushua. He was 30 years old. What did he do? He went up to the mountain. He fasted for 40 days, 40 nights, being tempted of the devil. 40 days and 40 nights. And he gave you a day of his temptation. When you read Matthew the 4th chapter and Luke the 4th chapter. Being tempted. That's when the ministry begins. At 30 years old. That's why he was 30 years old, following the law. When you read Numbers the 4th chapter, that's the law. That's why he started his ministry. Why he started his ministry at 20 years old? He was with the doctors at 12, but the law said you got to be 30. So that's when he started his ministry at 30 years old. So nobody can come at him and say, "Oh, you broke the law." He couldn't do that. Verse 33. Partly was ye were made a gazing stock, both by reproaches, disgraces, and afflictions. You know, people look at you, they probably look and say, "Oh, wow, what are they about?" But we have our identity. Gazing stock means people looking at you strange, like, "Why you got them fringes on? That ribbon of blue, what's that? What's that? You know, oh, you ain't hip. You ain't like everybody else." The gazing stock, they're looking at you funny. Most High said, wear your fringes to remind you of the commandments and keep them. That's why there's 613 commandments. So when you got people that have a problem with a lot of fringes, so what's wrong with you? You only got so many laws that you really entitled to? Nah, you got 613 laws, y'all. 613 laws. Verse 33 say, partly was ye were made a gazing stock, both by reproaches and afflictions, and partly whence ye became companions of them that were so used. See, you become companions with those that are used to being gazing stock and going through afflictions and so forth. But this can't be because you being wicked. You're going to be dealing with that. Even though you trying to be righteous, you still going to go through afflictions. These men were righteous that we're reading about. And going through these scriptures on. Still going through persecutions. For ye had compassion of me and my bonds, see? They had compassion with Paul and his bonds. And took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing in yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and an enduring substance. See? They helped them with whatever they had, knowing that in heaven there's a blessing beyond our imagination. Cast not away therefore your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. See? The Most High is not a man, he should lie. So he said, once you've done the will of the Most High, you may receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. He's coming. to judge and make war and set up a righteous kingdom on this earth. Now the just shall live by faith. The just gonna live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. You draw back, you backslide, I ain't with you. See, you just like a dog eating his vomit. You just like a pig wallowing in the mud. And he got a complete number of demons waiting for you. Because when you come to be cleaned up through the truth, the demons leave. That one. When you go back, you're going to get a complete number of demons. 7 is the number of completion. It says 7, but that's the number of completion. However many it takes to destroy you. And they all going to come back and get in you. That's why you see a lot of people that have left this truth, they're not right. They're not right. See, now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back into perdition. See? You're going to draw back into perdition. Back into what? Into the world that he said. Whose world is he in now that he's speaking? Oh. It was Esau's world. They would call themselves what? The Romans. You understand? That's that man of petition. So it's his world, so you're going to go back to what? What world you going to go into? You leave the truth, you go backwards, you're a backslider, you don't have no choice but to go where? Back into the world. Go back into his philosophies, his false education, his false religions and so forth, false politics and all so forth. What you going to go back into? The world. It's going to destroy you. That's why he said he had no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto petition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul, that have faith, that our spirit gonna be saved, to see the kingdom of the Most High. The Most High will. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Afflictions. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, your enemy, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. What am I getting? He walking about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist, steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Same affliction is going through the brethren that's in the world of Israel. But the Most High power of all grace, which is getting something that you don't deserve, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Mashiach Yahushua, by Shama Mashiach Yahushua. After that ye have suffered a while. Let me read you again. After ye have suffered a while. One more time for understanding. After that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. That's what Musa said. Second Ezra 9:22. He said, let the multitude perish then. The multitude of people perish then, which was born in vain. The multitude of people that was born in vain. And let my grape be kept. So let my grape be kept. And my plant. For with great labor have I labored to make it perfect. See that? So what you're seeing here is dishonor. The multitude, let the multitude perish then, was born in vain, dishonor. And the honor, you let my grape be cut, and my plant. But with great labor have you labored to make it perfect. That's our power. Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Look at Galatians. Six and 5. Galatians 6 and 5. For every man shall bear his own burden. See? Every man gonna bear his own burden. So as you bear this burden, as it comes down on you, sometimes it's gonna be hardcore. You gotta know what you gotta do. Get through. Gotta know what to do. But you're gonna bear your own burden. You ain't gonna blame it on nobody else but yourself. That's why I say study to show yourself approved unto the Most High. You ain't gonna be able to blame nobody but yourself. No one but yourself. Look at Matthew 10 and 16. Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. See, he said he sent us forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. A wolf gonna eat a sheep up. That's why I say be wise as serpents. Now you know, you gotta be wise as serpents, you gotta be wise as. That's why he said watch. You gotta be watching because you gotta be wise as serpents. Only gonna be wise as serpents to know how the serpent operates. That's why I say look. Go to Revelations 12 and 3. There appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. So we understand that this represents these 7 heads are the 7 leading empires of the leading mighty nation. The Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, the German, the Russian, the British. The Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, the French, the Germans, the Russian, the British. And that was consecutive orders in power. So that's the 7 heads, and the 10 horns are the 10 leading the EEC, Edomite nations that support the 7 heads. The European Economic Community, or the European Community, or what they call now NATO. They all hooked in together. So that's the serpent. That's the dragon, which is like a serpent. We're going to go to verse 9, it tells you. And the great dragon, which is red, was cast out. That old serpent, called the devil and Satan, was deceiving the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So you got to understand, that's why he's telling us, be wise as serpents. See? That old serpent. So it's like a whole lot of serpents. So my Shai said, we got to be wise as. We got to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of what? what they're doing on the left side. But some of you only think that you only know the right side, so you don't understand the left side comes smiling and styling and profiling in your face, and they wicked as ever. Well, you don't know their schemes and what they're doing and their schism that they're trying to cause because you don't understand the right and the left hand side of the Most High. So I say most people don't know the Most High enough. Shit, when you look at Job 1:6 down, the Most High asked Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There's none like him. A man, a righteous man, that eschewed evil." He was a righteous man. So like I say, who can escape? It tell you it pleased him, the Most High, to bruise him. Mashiach Yahushua, his only begotten son. So who are we? So y'all done stepped up above him? Mashiach Yahushua? No. None of us can do that. He's our master. He's been given the judgment from the Most High, the judge. We're not above him. We're not ever going to be above him. And it pleased the Most High to bruise him. So I say you can't look at this and think, oh well, it's going to be peaches and cream. Nah, but did you see peaches and cream so far? We just get into it. Touching the surface of it. But you hearing afflictions over and over again. And what he said? Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as a dove. You got to be innocent. You got to have a certain spirit. That'll take away you being a warrior. You got to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of how you're supposed to roll. Say, but beware of men. I'm telling you, beware of men. For they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. For a testimony against them and the Gentiles. The wicked Israelites and the wicked ones of the other nations. Two types of Gentiles. And they were brought before the ones that were the Gentiles that were still trying to receive the power from who? The Romans. And scared they're going to lose their power from the Romans. That was the whole thing was about. And lose the power of the people following them. No different than what I see now. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how you or what you shall speak. For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. See? And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death. Bunch of sambos. Brother gonna deliver another brother up to death. Bunch of snitches. Conquering of things. And the father, the child. Father gonna give up the child. And the children shall rise up against their parents. Don't we see this? See all this right now. And cause them to be put to death. Hear that? To that extent. Cause them to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men for Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua. Not for your own sake, but for his sake. You see, a lot of you hate it for your own sake. So you should be hated of all men for my name's sake. For Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. See? You got to endure to the end. It told us in Matthew 24th chapter. And that's talking about the end times in Matthew the 24th chapter. But he said in verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, Wickedness is going to be plentiful in this earth, as we can see right now. I mean, you turn on the news, wherever you go, man, there's killings and all kind of rapes and all kind of heinous crimes and vicious crimes going on. Wickedness shall abound. Be plentiful in the earth. The love of many shall wax cold. See? People talking about the love. The spirit of love is the keeping of the commandments. And that's the commandments is based upon loving the Most High with all our heart, mind, and soul and strength, and loving thy neighbor as thyself. Everything's based upon them two principles. All the laws based upon how we serve the Most High in love in Him, and how we serve each other in loving each other. That's what the law is based upon. Listen. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. See, the Most High speak once, say twice, may perceive it not. He's saying the same thing over again in this verse. You see? Going back to Matthew 10 and 23. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. So you're going to be persecuted in one city, go into another city. For verily, truly I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. See? That's why that's our job. Look at it, Matthew 23 and 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. You want to be somebody in this wicked hell that we in? This wretched kingdoms, wherever we're scattered at? Whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. He'll be brought down. Hear the word of Mashiach Yahushua. Remember, he didn't make himself a what? No reputation. So it doesn't matter about, like people be looking at, oh, they got all these people over here and all these views and YouTube and Facebook and all the things that the media presents to us. That doesn't matter. Don't let yourself get high-minded, brothers and sisters. A lot of you like that spirit of that arrogancy and so forth. That ain't a Mashiach dude. He ain't make himself the reputation. Remember, he said, hey, don't tell nobody I did it. He ain't did it. Don't tell nobody I did it. You know, tell nobody he did more miracles than be put in all the books of the world where ain't nobody on this earth could do what he did. But he didn't make himself no reputation. He didn't care. That's why it don't make no difference about who was there, how many, this, that, and the third. That don't matter. Like I said, you only had 12. You only had 12 that was rolling with him. And one was a traitor, was against it. Judas is scary. I left 11. They had to replace him. That was after Mashiach Yahushua sent it to the right hand side of the Most High. He had 70 that sent them out 2 by 2, and many disciples. But I'm talking about the ones he was mainly rolling with that we read in these Gospels. You see, he chose those 12 out of all the people in the world. But see, that's too deep for people to realize when they're looking at all these people. No, he only chose 12. That's a Mashiach Yahushua. He could have chosen many he wanted to. He spoke to multitudes. They only ones came. They got a chance to come with the 12. They had to hang out with the 12 to find out what he was talking about. But he didn't want everybody to be saved. He didn't want everybody to get the message. So a lot of you, like I say, you exalt yourself by presenting everything. That certain things are mysteries that's not for everybody. Or else you would be able to read the Bible. Everybody be able to read the Bible and understand what we understand. I'm talking about all you out there that's teachers that know these deep mysteries. That's not for everyone to know. Or else you can what you need teachers for? What do you need to sit down and listen to someone teach you for? He don't want everybody to know this. That's why certain things I'm not putting out. It's just private. Because it's a mystery. And everybody's not going to see and understand the mysteries of the Most High. Because he don't want them to know. He don't want them to be saved. He don't want their sins to be forgiven them. And you causing their sins to be, give them hope. When he said, let the multitude perish there that was born in vain. And let my grape and my plant be kept, for with great labor have I labored to make it perfect. Not them. It's a waste of time. Some people never gonna know the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, ever. Ever. As it is written. So why waste your time on someone that's never gonna know the Most High, never gonna know what Mashiach Yahushua? I tell you that in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. Look it up. So why waste your time with someone that's never gonna know the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua? He said here in verse 12 of Matthew 23rd chapter, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. You're gonna be brought down. And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So let's take humility. You gotta humble yourself for the Most High. You want to be exalted? Go ahead. This your kingdom. Go ahead and exalt yourself. But you're gonna be brought down, just like you're gonna bring, when you come to judge and make war, he's gonna bring you down too. That's why I'm trying to warn you. It's about humility. You can't cry to the Most High unless you humble. Your arrogancy, the Most High ain't hearing you because he's looking at you being prideful and want to be somebody in this hellhole that we in, wherever we are. How you gonna cry to him when you arrogant, and then next thing you gonna act like you humble as ever when it comes down to crying to the Most High? No, it don't work that way. Like I say, how are you when the book is closed? We still gotta be humble before the Most High. It's very important. You're not gonna make it, brothers and sisters. It's your actions. Say, the way you think is the way you speak and the way you act. Don't take a rocket science to figure that out. Just pay attention. Look at Acts the 12th chapter, the 21st verse. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them. Herod, sitting on his throne, higher than ever. And the people gave a shout, saying, "It is the voice of a God, and not of a man." They exalted him, right? And immediately, the angel of the Most High smote him, because he gave not the Most High the glory. And he was eaten of worms and gave up the ghost. He died. Oh yeah. That's the Most High that we serve. But you see, that angel of the Most High came and killed him. And he was eaten of worms. The Most High killed him. That's who we serve, y'all. I know a lot of you wanna hear that real peaceful, and ain't gonna be no peace to the wicked, y'all. The wicked are getting wickeder and wickeder. That's why you better understand, you as trying to be righteous, how you gotta be before the Most High's eyes, who are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. 1 Corinthians 8, the 8th chapter. Y'all all right? Y'all still with me? I don't hear no one. I don't hear anyone. Y'all still there? right, okay. Can you write it down? I don't want to lose lose the spirit of where I'm at. Is it something pertaining to what I just went over?
No, I'm just having trouble with the phone. The conference not fine. I was just wondering if anybody else had a problem.
Oh. Anyone else have a problem? Well, you got knocked off?
I just have not been able to get in at all. I haven't used my cell phone. I haven't been able to get in at all.
Oh. Well, you know how that is. That's what they do. We all hooked up together, you know? Yes.
Sometimes I have problems. It has like a, well, the business from the artist. I mean, sometimes they can call another close and stuff like that. And you just have to hang up and get on another channel between the two. So I can't, I'm trying to call from a landline. That's, I guess, maybe that's the problem. Yeah, my landline too. Same thing, I have the cell phone. And I have to, sometimes I end up getting another, I get a recording, like with some, something wrong with that line is no longer working. And I just try to get another channel. Just hang up and keep trying to get another channel and it won't through.
Yeah, because I guess that's what you had to do because you want now.
I don't know.
Oh. All right, well, you're through now. So let me go ahead. Well, let me,
Something wrong with your phone number, please. The new number that they gave you, because this is happening a lot to everybody. I dialed the old number and it came right on. You just can't use the access code. But this number here, the new number, it seems that everybody's having a problem. This is the first time I haven't been able to get in at all. I just can't get in.
all right.
So I just
Let me,
thought I'd let you know.
okay, so water. I'll see if I can rectify that. But, let's continue. 1 Corinthians, the 8th chapter, in the 1st and 2nd verse. So now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffers up, but charity edifies. The love of the Most High edifies. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know. See? So when it tells you knowledge puffers up. So when a man think he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know. That's why we continually learning. You gotta understand, these men from birth were raised from the womb to know the truth, that they're Israelite. A lot of us was not born from the womb, raised in a society of Israelites. Where that's at? The closest thing I can think of that being, is the brothers that, and the brothers and sisters that was born like a Demona. And that necessarily was not totally correct in being born over there. So we got to look at how not seeing the prophets or the apostles and so forth and the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, but we're going to be believing through faith in Him in these times. That's why it says, and if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know. See? Because why is it going to take 1,000 years for Mashiach Yahushua to come and show us of the Father if you know? Show us what He's going to teach us, since you know so much. Show Him what show us what Mashiach Yahushua going to teach us for 1,000 years to know the Father. That's to say, nobody really talk about the Most High that much anyway, as it is. When you say, okay, show me of the Father, who you call God or the Most High or whatever name you use concerning Him, most don't talk about Him. So how you going to really know who's going to be all in all? He's going to be all in all. You don't know much of Him. That's why it's very important that we as a people learn in order. Look at St. John 18 and 19 and 20. St. John 18, 19 and 20. The high priest then asked the Mashiach Yahushua of his disciples and of his doctrine. So they asked him of his disciples and of his doctrine. What you teaching, man? And who's these cats rolling with you? Mashiach Yahushua answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort, where the Jews is always there. And in secret have I said nothing. See, I ain't said nothing in secret. See, I ain't say nothing in secret. St. John 15 and 18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. He said, if the world hates you, you know it hated Mashiach Yahushua before it hated us. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. So you look at, because when you understand this, you look at people saying, yeah, somebody had told me, I said, he said, oh, you a Hebrew Israelite, right? This was years ago. They said, everybody hates y'all. I said, really? I said, they hate me too. Yeah, they hate you too. I had a TV show almost 15 years, so I'm like, wow. But then I looked at it like, okay, do they hate me really for Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua namesake? And the Spirit said no. So I went into the scriptures as it revealed to me Mashiach and started going into it, and he revealed to me the anointed, the Messiah, HaMashiach. And I started going out Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua in the name of the anointed Savior. So now, and that's how we always start with Colossians 3:17. So, and everything that we do and everything that we speak and say is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father. Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua in the name of the anointed Savior. That's by Him. Now it's truly what He's saying here. Rather than going out just saying you're going to war, but ain't going out in the name of the anointed Savior. That's only when we reach the Most High. That really the Spirit of the Most High can be amongst us, and the angels of the Most High can be amongst us, in the fear of the Most High, and not the fear of no man. That He put that hedge around us. But He said, hey, you're going to be hated. Hear what He's saying? Listen. Verse 19, if ye are of the world would love his own. Like the world love everyone that's locked into the world. Just look at TV. You see character after character after character. That's all I call them, is a bunch of characters. A bunch of actors. You know, people that the multitude perished and was born in vain. If they don't repent and come back to the knowledge of this truth, they born in vain. That's why I said let the multitude perish. You can't stop the multitude that's going to perish. That was born in vain. You hear that? Born, it came out of your mama's womb, it was born in vain. To be that number. That's why I said let the multitude. Multitude of people. Remember, 2/3 of our people are going to die. We're going to put them to death. Only 1/3 of our people are going to be saved. We can't stop that. We just want to be one of the 1/3, I hope. See, we can't stop that. That's why I said, if ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And understand this. You still going to war. But why not go to war with the power of the Most High? Think on those things. That's why I say, verse 18, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me. Or it hated you. It hated Mashiach Yahushua to the point where sometimes he had to, like I say, disappear into the crowd. Disappear. Because they wanted to kill him. See? Verse 23. He that hateth not, he that hateth me, hateth my Father also. So when they hate Mashiach Yahushua, they hate the Most High also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. See? Because the works that he done is the works that he seen the Father do. Gave all glory to the Most High. As we should. As the children of Israel. All glory to the Most High. He would be praised for everything. But see, men get, that's what I say, knowledge puffers up. So men get a little knowledge, now all of a sudden the Most High ain't even involved in it no more. It's all about man. That's all you hear. I like that man, I like that man, I like this man, I like that man. You gotta wake up. You about no man. Man ain't gonna save you. So run to that man when all this tribulation start happening to you. Run to that man, see what happens. Or pray in that man's name. See what kind of benefits you're gonna get. Better recognize people. It's about the Most High. And the Mashiach Yahushua. Through the glory of the Most High. That's how we fit in with him. Say, you don't need us. He told Moses, I'll make a nation out of you, Moses. Told John the Baptist, he said, I'll make some stones my people. You know what he said? I'll make stones to be my people. His ways and thoughts are not our ways and thoughts. That's why we got to humble ourselves before him. He said, I'll melt you. I will melt you. He said, I will melt you. See, you don't fear the Most High, so what does that mean to you until he start melting you?